Everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Last video lecture on operational amplifier applications, and in this video we'll be discussing about the comparator. So let us try to understand what is comparator, how op-amp can be used as a comparator. Now, comparator is a circuit which compares input signal applied to the one of the input terminal with the known reference voltage that is being applied to the other input terminal. Okay, and if the input is high, and output may be either high or low depending on the comparison result. Now, so it produces output voltage which is either positive saturation voltage, we call it as plus Vsat, or negative saturation or minus Vsat. As the comparator voltage has two voltage levels, either high or low, it is not linearly proportional to the input voltage. The meaning is output is not linear one. And a very important aspect over here is op-amp is used in the open loop configuration. The meaning is you won't see any feedback path from input towards output side. Okay, in such a comparator are of two types, that is non-inverting comparator and inverting comparator, depending on the where we are applying the V in, that is input voltage. So first let us discuss the non-inverting comparator, in which the input is being given to the inverting terminal and the reference voltage with which you want to compare the input voltage is given to inverting terminal. And you just notice over here there is no any feedback path present over here. Okay. Now the input is denoted as V in, and the reference voltage with which you want to compare it, that voltage is called as the reference voltage. And in the basic comparator that we are considering for our discussion, we are taking that reference voltage as 0. Now, in the non-inverting comparator, if V in is greater than V reference, the first case is if V in is greater than V reference, then output will be plus Vset. And when V in is less than V reference, output is minus Vsat. Okay, that is what being shown over here in the waveforms over here. If this is the reference voltage, V in is V reference is equal to 0, output is going in a positive direction. The meaning is V in is positive or greater than reference voltage. At that time, output is, this is output waveform, output is plus Vset, which is equal to plus Vcc. And if input voltage is less than V reference, when that is when input goes in negative direction, output is minus VE, and that is nothing what we call it as minus Vsat. Okay, and okay, so by applying any other voltage that is other than 0, in the first case we have considered reference voltage as 0. No? You just see here in the circuit diagram we have taken reference as 0. We can either give reference voltage other than 0 also, whatever is required. That is what he is trying to say. By applying any voltage other than 0 to the inverting input terminal, the tripping of comparator can be changed as per the requirements. In such a case, V in is compared with the reference voltage V reference VRF REF applied to the inverting terminal. Now, if input voltage is greater than V reference, that is a reference voltage, then output is plus Vset. While if V in is less than V reference, then output is minus Vset. Over here, just see here in this figure, what we have is we have the input voltage and this is the output voltage. And V reference in the earlier case was 0. Now we are taking some certain finite amount of reference voltage, that is V reference is this dotted line. Fine. So when the input voltage is greater than this V referenceable, the meaning is input is more than this, that is dotted line, then what happens is output is plus Vset. Right? And this is the case when reference voltage in positive direction. When input is becoming less than reference voltage, when the input is falling below this dotted line, output is minus Vset. Okay. Next positive cycle plus Vset and minus Vset, this continues. Now this is the case when we take reference voltage as a positive voltage. And this second figure, what we are doing is we are taking negative reference voltage. This is a negative reference voltage. When the input voltage is greater than this dotted line, that is the reference voltage, output is plus Vset. When the input is below this, we have minus Vset. Okay, so this is all about the basic non-inverting comparator.